Hello, everybody. Welcome in. My name's Will Parsons, and I'm going to be going over my design challenge with you today. The title of my design challenge is Colonial Celebrities, and it's intended for fifth grade students. The content learning goals for the students will be to understand the impact of key individuals of colonial times, such as Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson, and they need to understand the views of these individuals and how daily life was in the colonies. The standard um, that this covers is the History and Social Science 5.5.4. And in terms of technological goals for um, the students will be able to create programs that have events and loops in them. They'll be able to decompose problems into smaller, more manageable tasks. They'll be able to get an understanding of the iterative process to plan and develop a program. They'll be able to test and debug the program, and they'll be able to perform different roles within a group using technology. Um, First off, I want to say that this lesson plan was built upon the assumption that you've spent some time with your students learning Scratch, maybe one or two lessons just going step by step with the basics of how to create sprites and make them do basic things such as, um, have an output of, um, you know, of words and phrases, and then maybe some basic movement as well. So the activity itself is having the students create a scratch video where their colonial celebrity that they choose will talk to them about why they're important and give some important facts about them. The requirements are that they must upload a picture of their colonial celebrity to use as their sprite. They must make the sprite say three significant things about themselves, and they must create a background that is appropriate for the time period. I like to encourage funny and interesting videos. I want the kids to get creative, and once they're done with their Scratch project, I want them to link it in the Google Doc so their students can or their classmates can view their project and learn about their colonial celebrity. Um, I have a cheat sheet for you in the link below, um, as well as a pre and post assessment that you can use to gauge their interest in Scratch and how comfortable they are, and if they feel more comfortable after the project with Scratch. Um, I like to award bonus points for students that can make a dialogue between two sprites, for sound effects and movement, and for making the sprite talk as fluidly as possible. So let's get into the steps of the lesson. So the first 15 minutes are just kind of introducing the lesson and answering questions, and then putting the students into pairs. The students are, um, Once the students are in pairs, I like to break off to the computers, do some brainstorming, um, and that'll take about 10, 15 minutes. Um, there's about 50 minutes for the main meat of the design challenge where students will be working on their Scratch, and I like to give 20 minutes warning to students so they know that they need to finalize their projects and share them on the Google Doc. Um, so once um, everybody has their Scratch videos in, I like to give some time for everyone to check out the different videos, and then we'll have a little class discussion and post assessment. I like to ask them what was the hardest part of the challenge, did and then ask them what they learned about different colonial celebrities to see, if they really learned something. Um, so let's go over to Scratch and check out my personal design. So here you'll see that I did a kind of interview style with myself and Ben Franklin. I uploaded a background of Philadelphia, and I'm just asking Ben Franklin about himself. It's pretty fluid, and um, you can see there's the interaction there between the two sprites. So if you look inside the project, things that the students need to be aware of is, how they can start the project. So they need to understand that there needs to be a beginning where the program can understand when to start. So they need to use the green flag block. They need to know how to use the purple say blocks and really understanding how many seconds they need to give the reader to be able to read the phrase and comprehend it before moving on to the next one. If they're using two sprites, they need to use the broadcasting to save the the say block as a variable, and then use the receive blocks to prompt the other sprite to say something in return or in response. And um, that's kind of the meat of the project there is just understanding the say blocks and the broadcast blocks and how the time is important for the viewer. Um, Everything else is in the cheat sheet, so you can view that as well. Awesome. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my design challenge. I hope it's useful for you and your students. And I hope you guys have fun doing it. I sure did when I was going through it. So have a lovely day, and I'll be seeing you soon. Bye.